Hi, my name is Vera Chimera, and you are listening to the House of Mario.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, episode 51, and we are the Nintendo podcast, a part of the 8-Bit Collective. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me, as always, is my best buddy, Bryce DeWitt.
I am here, my friend.
You are here. Thank God you're here. Because if you weren't here, who would I be talking to?
Well, yeah, that's exactly right.
This week we are at Avcon 2018, and for this episode, we are talking to Vera Chimera.
We absolutely are, yes. Vera Chimera is a cosplayer who has been based in Australia.
Yes.
Well, she is based in Australia. She was born and lived here. So this is actually the first of 4 interviews that we did over the course of Avcon for featured guests.
Yes.
Vera Chimera is known for some really awesome armor set cosplays and stuff like that, and we sort of talked to her about cosplaying abroad in other countries, like America, obviously. And we also talked to her about her time doing work as cosplaying as Mercy for Blizzard, and also her promotional work as Lilith in Borderlands, which is really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was great to talk to her, great to talk to a proper cosplayer. We hadn't had the opportunity to talk to any cosplayers. Both you and I, we're not the dressing up type.
No, we aren't. That's true.
If you see us in person, you'll probably notice that. But guys, without further ado, here is our interview with Vera Chimera. Vera Chimera, thank you very much for joining us on the House of Mario today.
No, thank you for having me.
How's Adelaide been so far?
It's been fantastic. This is my first time in Adelaide, and it's great. It's actually not as cold as Sydney, which I thought the opposite. So it's a nice, warm welcome.
It is. Yeah. In summertime, it'll be nice and warm for you.
It's cement city here, so it just boils. Everything about it just boils.
I like the sound of that. I'm from the lower Blue Mountains, so everything is cold and miserable.
Certainly do
it. So you're a cosplayer?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about yourself for those at home who don't know what you do.
Yeah, so basically I just dress up as my favourite cartoon heroes and relive my childhood again and again, which is always fun. I have tried to take it professionally just over the last few years. A lot of people know me from my role in Borderlands 2, where I played the live-action Lilith. And then from there, I've just done some work with Blizzard as of late. So I worked at the Overwatch World Cup as Mercy. There's some other stuff happening, sometime this year. And of course, I travel internationally quite a lot for conventions.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So what got you into cosplay?
A lot of it had to do with I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, and I was a very creative kid, so I just needed an outlet. And cosplay was just becoming a thing in Australia, and we had this convention called Animania, where all the kids came together. We just dressed up with whatever we could find in our wardrobe, and that's how it all started. And I actually met a lot of my first ever friends at this convention that I'm still friends with to this day. And that's pretty much where it all went from, and then it skyrocketed from there.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about armor sets.
Yep.
Because you've done like a couple of them at least.
Yep.
And some of them I'm really impressed with, like the Barrioth.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
was
thank you.
really awesome.
Thank you.
That sword, fantastic. I love it.
You'll see that tomorrow.
Yes. What kind of time goes into making like a really big set like that?
Back in the day when I worked a casual job, I could just smack those out in a week or two.
Wow.
I built Championship Riven from League of Legends.
Yep.
That literally took me 13 days.
Wow.
I counted those days down, but these days, because now I have responsibility and a full-time job, it's horrible, right? Yeah. Barioth actually took me 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, straight on. So it's challenging, but I actually find that the more time I take on these costumes, the better they turn out.
Yeah.
And they last a lot longer when you don't rush them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of construct them a little bit tighter, and it just sort of works out.
That's it.
Yep.
Exactly.
What are the biggest issues that you actually have when you're making them?
A lot of it is it's a lot of insecurity. That's probably the biggest thing.
Right.
Like these days, everyone is intertwined with social media. So when the newest anime or newest series comes out, there's immediately someone that's already cosplayed that, and they've done a fantastic job, and you're like, can I do better than these people? And it's a bit of a self-defeatist kind of attitude that you get, and I have that a lot. Mm-hmm. I actually had that at the moment with one of my builds that's happening at the moment, where I've just seen a million other cosplayers do it right, but I've just tried to tell myself to be part of like a self-solution instead of a self-problem, and go, I can do it better.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's it.
Just trying to get a positive attitude towards it.
100%, because cosplay should be a fun hobby.
Yeah.
Even us, where we take it to I say this very broadly, professional level, it should remain fun. Because when you become miserable, why bother continuing? Because you don't have the spirit of cosplay after that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same in a lot of job roles and stuff as well. Like if you're in PR roles or something like that, you've got to enjoy what you do.
Yep.
So you can continue doing it. So yeah, I absolutely understand that. So with your professional work, you said you worked as Lilith for Borderlands.
Yep.
What was that like? I'm really curious about that, actually, because I'm a big Borderlands fan.
Oh gosh, I was an awkward little thing over there. That was my first humongous role, and it's probably going to be my magnum opus until the day I die.
Right.
I went over there not knowing really what they expected of me, because I'd done some minor acting roles, but nothing as major as becoming the face of a character that was so beloved. And of course, I went over there as a complete noob. They cut off all my hair. I had beautiful silver hair. They cut it all off, and I went red. But honestly, going through the actual session of filming, once I was in front of the camera and they just told me the emotions that I needed to bring out, that's it. It just came to, and the Gearbox guys were fantastic. They made everything just so easy. I think without them, it would have been a lot more of a difficult job.
Yep.
I think the only bad experience was actually when I came back. I stupidly, instead of saying the name Lilith, I called her Lilith. And no one fixed me up on that, because I'd never heard the name before. I know it sounds really stupid, but I'd never heard the name. It was only when I came back and I played Moxie's DLC where I heard her say Lilith. I'm like, oh no. And then a couple of days later, the video came out where I said Leela's, and I was bashed online, and you know what? I deserved it.
Unfortunately, a lot of people jump on that type of thing really quickly.
Absolutely.
Did that require a lot of face paint and that to make it look sort of cel-shaded?
No, to be honest, there wasn't really any cel shading done at all. They kept the makeup really realistic. The only thing they did was they put a lot of the raccoon black eyeshadow going on, just so the contact lenses could stick out. Other than that, it was all natural. It was just post-work where they made me look a little bit more cel shaded.
Yeah, that's really cool. What about your work with Blizzard? I've noticed you're a bit of a Blizzard fan.
Slightly.
You've obviously done a lot of cosplays related to Blizzard.
Yep.
I think at the moment... was it Sylvanas you're doing at the moment?
Yes, that's the one I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what was it like? What was it like working for them? Because, funnily enough, I'm also very much into Blizzard games, which is awesome.
Yep.
So, what was it like doing Mercy for?
Look, honestly, I had to say that is one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah.
Blizzard are just a huge family. Mm-hmm. They were extremely sweet, very just nurturing. They gave us all the resources that we need in order to help all of us in the we call ourselves the meat slugs, in order to build all of our characters together. The whole World Cup itself was I'm a huge fan of Overwatch, and just to see all these other fans come together and celebrate esports on a whole new level, it was marvelous. Everyone especially recognizing me as Mercy and coming around, checking out the wings and everything. It was honestly just the best days of my life. We still, all of us afterwards, you kind of rode this, road of depression. Can we please have World Cup back?
Yeah, just go back there and live all that again.
Exactly.
Especially an event like that where like all the fans are in one place, and
Yep.
yeah, they're all passionate about the same thing.
Oh, it was wonderful. That
Yeah.
last round with Japan versus Australia.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, that was
oh my
sick.
gosh. We were up in the podium just on the side there. And as soon as Australia won, I think everyone we just literally ripped off our costumes. We're just screaming. We got the beers. We celebrated. It was great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So no, I just wrecked my cosplay.
That's it. To us, as soon as it's on, we don't care anymore. We just tear it off and go, you know what, next one. Or
Next
duct
one,
tape,
yeah.
that'll fix it.
Absolutely.
Actually, that's a good question. Do you keep them all? Do you have like a big wardrobe, just all your costumes, or do you?
A lot of them I actually try to recycle. I try to be as eco-friendly as possible, especially using foam, because it's not really the most eco-friendly product.
Absolutely.
So I like to tear up and recycle what I can. I either use it in bases, for some of my molds and casts. Other ones I just try to sell off, so people at least can rewear the costume and I'm not going to love anymore. These days I'm trying to conserve what I build. Especially now because I'm saving up for a house and all that stuff. So money's a little bit tight these days.
Yeah.
So I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to spend too much on builds these days.
Especially because you live in Sydney, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I know, right?
Oh god, the cost of living.
It's depressing.
Yeah, absolutely. What's in store for you in the future? Well, what do you want to give us some details on your Sylvanas cosplay, or do you have any plans on going to other conventions? Or
Yeah, well, my next convention that I'm going to is over at Asia Pop Comic Con in Manila. So I'm flying out on Wednesday to head over there. It's my first time in the Philippines, which is really exciting.
Jeez,
I'm hopefully going to be taking Sylvanas to BlizzCon next year. I did kind of have an opportunity to go this year, but annual leave kind of ran out at work. So
right, yeah.
So definitely BlizzCon's happening next year. There's a few other events happening, but I can't talk about them,
That's all right.
Unfortunately.
That's all right.
But
That's
they
all
are
right.
going to be epic. That's all I can say. So
Very nice.
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to get you into trouble here. So
Yeah, no, we don't. Don't want to do that at all.
no, I appreciate it.
For those who want to keep up with your work, where can they generally find you on the internet space, or I guess the internet space. I guess. Apart from here.
Well, I've got my Facebook page, and I've got Twitter and Instagram, all under Vera Chimera. I also have my own website, and I've also got Patreon, which it's pretty casual these days. It's just more about seeing the behind the scenes of my cosplays. I do a lot of live streams on Facebook, and I'm starting to do live streams on Twitch.
Okay.
Just trying to get the handle of it.
Yep. Yeah. Twitch is a bit of thing to break into. But
Absolutely.
There's a good community there, so why not break into it, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Vera.
No, all good. Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
It's brilliant to have you. Have a nice little conversation.
Yep, that was good fun.
And hopefully you have fun in Adelaide while you're here.
Oh, absolutely. They're taking us to the vineyards on Monday.
Oh,
wine
perfect.
and cheese.
Perfect.
Life is
We're-
good.
Adelaide and lower southeast, all wine country, so you're going to love it.
You guys have it good here.
All right, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
And
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of Avcon.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome.
okay.
Thank you very much for listening to episode 51 of The House of Mario. And thank you very much, Vera, for coming on the show. We had an absolute blast talking to you, even if it was for only 10 or so minutes.
Absolutely. And thank you very much to Team Avcon and Brendan at 8-Bit for getting us in and allowing us to do these interviews with these guests. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we can't wait for you to hear the rest of it.
If you want to hear more from the 8-Bit Collective, go to 8bit.net and check out all the awesome podcasts. There's 10 of them. Go and have a look.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys.
Next episode, episode 52, we talked to Neil Kaplan. He's a voice actor and he's been in over 200 video games and anime. We had a great time talking to him and hope you tune in for that one as well.
Absolutely. It was an absolute blast of a time talking to him.
We'll see you then.